out the actions and find a way of ensuring, of course, not in water bodies, not pulling down existing cocoa farms and etc. But how about if we strengthen and make sure that at the local level, the MMDCs pay close attention to small-scale artisanal mining as an economic activity, Why would we be interested in Newmont coming to carry out large-scale mining here, and yet in areas where the defined ore is not wet large-scale mining, but there's still some gold, we don't also now try to structure, the artisans and the young people to carry out small-scale mining activity legitimately. So let's ensure that they are doing it legally. Let's invest in EPA and have a lot of personnel at the EPA. Let's invest in Minerals Commission and have a lot of mining engineers who are in every district, who identify every single space where a mining activity is taking place, who make sure that mining is conducted, in a way that is consistent with all the environmental regulations, and who also ensure that whoever carries out the mine, at the end of it, will reclaim the area and plant and make sure that they invest in restoring the area to what it was before they came. And if we did that, we'll minimize the friction, and then we would actually benefit. Because as it is now, we're actually benefiting as a country from the activities of small-scale and artisanal miners. And I think that whilst we are benefiting, we should also be investing in them, which is investing in personnel to support them, investing in infrastructure to support them, investing in monitoring them. I recall you had a press conference some time ago. In fact, 2 or 3 days ago, there was also a press conference by the NPP. Who said, for instance, that the activities of Gold Board is encouraging illegal miners because they are not able to trace the gold to establish whether it is coming from a legal mining activity or an illegal mining activity. So what that calls for is that we must invest in trying to know the location where the gold is coming from and who is mining there and whether the person is mining legally or not. And in most cases, how do we ensure that they are mining legally? Because as a country, I don't think we are totally against mining. I think we are against mining in ways that destroy the environment, pollute the water bodies, and endanger the lives of all of us as Ghanaians.
Yes, so I think your last phrase is what carries the entire burden. Irresponsible mining, activities that destroy water bodies and our forests. So I would want you, as part of the reset, to get the MMDCs to rather focus on that bit. I think that would be reassuring to the country, if we do that. So once you are giving your word on that, I won't belabor. My last point, then we can call it off. The Constitution talks about the local government concept, and it de-emphasizes the partisanship nature. And it de-emphasizes the partisanship nature of it. There are calls for a full-blown partisan political system at the local government level. In advanced democracies that we copy the example, their entire political structure is partisan. Even in the United States, even at the prosecutorial level, people contest for it. You know that this attorney general of a particular state is a Republican or a Democrat. I mean, they have allowed it. Now, we are a bit concerned about what we have heard recently in circles of government that the constitutional amendment that is to be expected, there's a proposal for the president alone to have the mandate to nominate people to contest. We hold the view that if it is an open contest, then it should be anybody contesting. If we don't even want to make it partisan, the president should have no hand in who contests for mayor or a DCE. I want to know your own views regarding the reforms at the district level elections. Are you for an open field where elections are called, those who qualify to participate go pick forms, or you still think that the central government should nominate people to go for election?
Thank you very much, Minority Leader and Ranking Member, for the question. This question raises very fundamental constitutional jurisprudential issues. And I know you will ask me to not lead you into jurisprudence. But structurally, what we have now is a situation where, one, we want to maintain a unitary state. We want to maintain a unitary state. And at the same time, we want to ensure that governance is owned at the local level. There's local participation, there's trust, and because of that, the locals are their own governance and development. So these are the core objectives. Now, for those who say, let's have free-range elections at the local level, this is what will happen. We'll be electing two people who will have executive powers. When you elect a DCE of a given geographical space, he would have executive powers, and then you now elect assembly members who will have legislative powers. Then at the national level, you elect a president who has executive powers, and then you elect members of parliament who have legislative powers. So some of the concern expressed by the architecture, if you elect a president and then the president doesn't have control over who is also exercising executive powers in a particular given location, are you likely to be a conflict between the person elected by the whole country to exercise executive authority and the person elected in a district to also exercise executive authority? Who becomes accountable? That is a structural issue. Most people don't understand the architectures of other jurisdictions. So for instance, let's take the United States. In the United States, you will say, oh, but we have the federal government and we have the state government. They have succeeded in doing that because what they have done is to, within the executive functions, to establish spheres of control. So the federal government is in charge of defense. The federal government is in charge of foreign policy, international relations. The federal government is in charge of interstate commerce. Okay? So you have defined specific areas of executive power that is reserved to the federal government. Every other power is left to the state. So when you elect a state governor, he knows his territory. He doesn't interfere in the territory of the federal government. That's why you will watch movies. For those of you who have lived in the US, you will see that you have the state having its own police force. New York police, Los Angeles police. You never hear federal government police. Federal government have their federal government bureau, you get it? So even in terms of, security sector defined. That's why you're watching a movie and then there's a crime committed, then the local police get there, then the federal council say, no, this one is ours, this one is not yours. You get it? Or the local police arrive there and federal police say, oh, this one is also ours, it's not yours. So if we actually, as a country, try to rather define the spheres of executive power and assign what executive power we think should be performed by local government, and therefore we are electing a DCE, and he has that executive power, irrespective of who is president, and what executive power is for a president, and so when we vote him, he doesn't interfere in the area of executive power, and then the citizens know who to hold accountable for what. The same way even in the United Kingdom, people don't realize it. The real governance structures there are the local authorities. Then, of course, you now have the Prime Minister, and they focus on some other areas. But if you go to London, you have London Metropolitan Police. You get the situation. I don't recall seeing any other rival authority. So that's the first fundamental issue that needs to be addressed. Otherwise, you might just be superimposing structures on others and ultimately end up creating conflict. And if you address that, you'll be addressing the other concern that others have, which is basically that a president wants to have a DCE that is reliable in terms of the execution of his own mandate. But if we have defined the spheres of influence, you can't be telling that you want a DCE that is reliable, because your sphere of influence is there, and then the DCE's sphere of influence is also there. So there are fundamental structural issues that we need to think through. Now, this proposal that was presented and which government looked at and recalibrated it and gave a position paper tries to meet each side halfway. So we want a situation where the president is able to work with the person who is the DCE, okay, because he nominates him. But we also want to make sure that that person is accountable to the entire population of voters in his district. As it is now, the system we have is that the president is comfortable because he has nominated that person, but the person is approved by elected assembly member, which is a college. So it is easy for him to make sure that he stays in power as long as he satisfies that small number of elected assembly members. And the entire population is complaining because they are not satisfied. But he and his assemblymen, they are happy because he's able to manage his assemblymen in such a way that they don't trigger a vote of, no confidence in him. So it is a midway approach where the president can nominate, but it's no longer just the assembly members who are going to be doing the approval of the nomination. It is the entire population that is going to be doing the approval of the nomination, so that the DC will also feel that he has responsibility towards the entire population of voters in his district, municipality, or metropolis. That's the whole idea. I think that Ghanaians have to think through it, and let's see, and let's experiment and see if it will lead to an improvement in the performance of local governance.
Honorable nominee, so as we land, I want to ask you, in every difficult and danger you find yourself in life, in whom do you normally put your trust?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
You want me to ask you?
Recently, when I got married in my lovely wife.
Now, finally, as you exit, you opted to make some disclosure. And I was happy with the disclosure you made regarding the politics we play on the floor. Sometimes we, all of us as political actors, we suffer that unfortunate perception people have about the politics we do. Sometimes they don't know that it's a role play. In my case, I've had a situation where somebody said, "Oh, Afenyo, can't you be as calm as this particular colleague of yours?" I said, "Yeah, colleague is not minority leader. If he gets into that hot seat where he has to consult every party elder till 5 a.m. and he sleeps for 1 hour and has to carry the burden on his shoulders, he won't be calm again." Anyway, I want to ask you, for those who don't know you and I, if somebody asks you to describe Afenyo Markin as your opposite number, Ayaga, what would you say? I'm done.
I would say he's a troublesome boy.
He is indeed troublesome.
But I will also add that he is somebody you can trust when when I say trust, wait till I define trust. You can trust that he will cause trouble. You can trust that he will push his side's position. Of course, and at all times, even I would say, I know this will be difficult for you, but you have to play your role. You are a minority. You have to play your role. And people call me, "Why do you allow Markin to do all the things that he's doing?" I'm like, he's just playing his role. He's just playing his role. So let him play it. I'll play mine. When he finishes doing all the things that he's doing, I'll cause the vote. And then the decision will be taken the way I want it. So that has been it. But, you know, in addition, working with you in the last 1.5 years, you know, I've come to know you as a person of integrity and honesty. And I want to thank you for the forthrightness with which you have dealt with me as the majority leader. I hope that you and my successor will find common ground and work the same way. I've already told him that you are not somebody that he would he should be yielding to. He should be doing more than I was doing. Me, you know, because I'm a little older than you, I used to tolerate you a lot. This man is about your age mate. So it's about your age mate. I've actually told the president to increase the number of fire tenders in this area. So you might see 2 or more and parked in front of the Chamber of Parliament House, because I also know what he will do to you. I could tolerate you, listen to you the whole day, and just get up and say 1 or 2 things, and then have us vote. This man, he would like to reply to everything that you will say. So also be ready. But I want to say that I enjoyed my time working with you as the minority leader. And I just want to encourage you that at you, but from what I've come to know of you, I know that you are very resilient. You never give up. Even when you are lying down, you'll be shouting. When I get up, you will see me. Oh, you're lying down. You're on the ground. so anyway, but I honor your friendship, and I do appreciate that. And the entire minority caucus, who would, in the end, will support, sometimes even support more than my own, side, to ensure that bills are passed, approvals are given, and etc. I may ask for permission from you to go to the Ministry of Local Government with Honorable Patricia Apiaje. So the reason is that she was the mayor of Kumasi. Oh, please, it's not about our other relationship that I want to carry you there. It is because of your expertise as a former mayor of Kumasi and a former deputy regional minister. I'm sure many of you don't know, but I was partly responsible for she being made mayor of Kumasi. She was a deputy regional minister for Ashanti. And then the office of mayor of Kumasi became vacant. And then President Kufuor asked her to act as the mayor and at the same time as the deputy regional minister. And you know that the mayor of Kumasi is a very weighty position. I was then the ranking member for Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. So every morning I organized a press conference to bash President Kufuor for not appointing a substantive mayor. So one early morning he got tired of my press conferences and announced her as the mayor of Kumasi. So I'll be carrying her to the local government ministry to learn from her experience. I thank you very much, Chairman.
On that note, your request is approved.
Yes, Chair, I know that you are always in a hurry to dispossess me of this woman. You cannot take her away. Honorable Ayerga, somewhere I read that rising to eminence by merit, you live respected and die regretted. I entertain no doubt that your industry has earned you this high office, and that has equally earned you that respect. We'll be there to support you. But I've lost hope, but I know that God will be by my side. So when my questions start coming, get ready. I cannot afford to continue with this 87. Definitely, I must also make it 150 in the minimum. In the minimum, 150 in the next election. So I have to do my job. Okay? So all the best, my brother. Thank you so much.
Honorable Ayerga, I have no question for you, but really I want you to clarify a position regarding your answer to the utilization of the common fund. I want you to be specific. The percentage of the common fund that the MPs are entitled to authorize utilization, in order not to create the impression that MPs are entitled to the entire common fund.
MPs are at what has been allocated by Parliament to members of Parliament. That's the only amount that you are entitled, not the common fund of the Assembly. The common fund of the Assembly is, the utilization is determined based on the guidelines given by the ministry to the various assemblies and decisions of the Assembly regarding what projects they want to undertake and where they want to locate the project and who they want to execute the project. budget, but that is allocated by Parliament to the members of Parliament in the formula. I mean, it's been challenged constitutionally and etc. We all know about that, but it's just a small amount of money that Parliament allocates. It is sitting at the Assembly, but when there are petty projects like, emergencies in the constituency, the MP can direct the Assembly that I visited Community A and then the windstorm destroyed the school building. I visited Community B and then the clinic has run out of some basic amenities. And so I want the Assembly to procure, these things and send to these facilities. And so the management of it is actually by the Assembly. The money goes to the accounts of the Assembly. But at the Assembly, they have created account for the Member of Parliament, which they call the MP's account. But it is sitting at the Assembly. And the MP has to give the instruction to the coordinating director that I want you to fix that school or fix that toilet or fix that clinic. Then the procurement director will now take the process through procurement and a contractor, and the contractor will be allowed to go and execute and then raise the certificate, bring it to the Assembly, then the Assembly will pay. So the MP's only role is in directing which project to do with the small amount, not that the money is given to the MP.
Thank you very much. On this note, you are discharged.
Let me thank the committee for taking me through the process and to assure all of you that I know many of you have been MMDCs before coming to Parliament. Many of you have been deputy regional ministers, and so you have a wealth of experience in the sector. So just as you are assuring me of your support, I'm also assuring you that I'll tap into your experiences to deliver at the new ministry. And if the chairman may permit me, I want to also thank the religious leaders who have come to all the various representatives of the regional houses of chiefs that have also come to support me, the regional ministers who have come to support me, the MMDCEs that are here, and colleague members of Parliament who today have adorned the club of friends of the committee just to be here to support me, and the parliamentary staff that are here to support your committee. I want to thank everybody. I probably won't be able to mention everybody's name. I know I have the most senior Duncan Williams sitting behind me. I haven't turned back yet, but I know that he's sitting behind me. And I also believe that the Sheikh Admiral, representing the National Chief Imam, is here. He promised me last night.
Honorable nominee, I'll do that for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You will surely hear from the committee. On this note, honorable members, permit me to acknowledge a very huge, distinguished guest in our midst. The list is very tall. We have Nankpaura Jakpa Ancho Adi. Is it Mankpaura Jakpa Acho Adi? Boni the first, Paramount Chief and member of the Council of States, is here with us. We have Mbenti Urache, Haruna Alijata, Secretary, Savannah Regional Queen Mothers Association. We have Seidu Aziz, Regional Registrar. Then from Central Region, we have Nana Koduya, Paramount Chief of the Ebrem Traditional Area. We have Nasi Nkwanta, Paramount Queen Mother. of the Senya Breku traditional area. We have Elijah Kwesi Asari, Registrar, Central Regional House of Chiefs. We have Kojoche, Registrar, National House of Chiefs. And from the Northern region, we have Na Iyap Zungbulung, Na Dr. Jacob Mahama, Paramount Chief of the Zangbalong traditional area and former regional director, Ghana Health Service. Then we have Na Bapri Pansu Na Alhaji Sedu, Paramount Chief of the Pansu traditional area, former member of Parliament and former District Chief Executive for Ulensi. We have MA, Northern Regional House of Chiefs. Then from the Volta region, we have Togbi Tenge Gligui Jokoto, Paramount Chief of the Amugo Vago traditional area. We have Mamaga Nokua Uo, Paramount Queen Mother of Siopi. We have Ikilu, Registrar, both. Then from Ahafu, we have Nana Owusu Konto, Meham, and we have Nana Efia Sawa, Gwasu Hima. Then from Upper West region, we have Kuro Basungro, Paramount Chief Funsi, Pongna Chana, Abdul Razak, Paramount Queen Mother Singh. We have Ben Obri Asamoah, Registrar, Upper West Regional House of Chiefs. And from Bono region, Anye Ampem, Amuampong, Wenchi Hini. We have Nana Ya Ansua Droboma Hima. We have David Bekuro Oswell, Registrar, Bono Regional House of Chiefs. Then we have Thomas Moore, Dintundini Adiala Ayangitam, President, Upper East Regional House of Chiefs, and Paramount Chief. We have Pong Naba, Malsungo, Tumpale Ayamga, President, Upper East Regional Queen Mothers Association and Paramount Queen Mother of Naga. We have Askandaro Mohammed, Regional Registrar, Upper East Regional House of Chiefs. Then from the Western region, we have Nana Kobina Nketia, President, Western Regional House of Chiefs. We have Dr. Kapori Abutu, Registrar, Western Regional House of Chiefs. We have Dr. Kabori Abutu, Registrar, Western Regional House of Chiefs. Then from Ashanti region, we have the Sibre Kofi Asante Mensa, Umahini of Sabronu traditional area. We have Nana Obri Asamoah, Wabri Hini. We have Nana Nda Esi, Paramount Queen Mother of Upper Diskov. From the Western North region, we have Oko German, Kweku Jampra, Omahini of the Sevi, Chirano traditional area, and Vice President, Western North Regional House of Chiefs. Then we have Beiman Tano Kwao, Benu III, Umahini of the Awawin traditional area. We also have Robert Achampong, Registrar, Western North Regional House of Chiefs. Then from Bono East region, we have Nana Ousu Sechi, Basahini, and President of Bono East Regional House of Chiefs. We also have Nana Ya Basahini, Queen Mother. We have Dela Dixon, Epeso, Principal Research Officer. From Greater Accra region, we have King Professor Odaifio Wulenchi, President of Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs, and Nungua Manche. Then we have Tache Ni Laye Akwete. Very well. I'm reading what is here. So it's Lache Ni Laye Akwete. We have Cantamanso Manche, and former Regional Minister for Greater Accra and Volta region. We have Nana Dubako, Duba, Ningo, Queen Mother. Then from Eastern region, we have Nana Osei Nyako, Paramount Chief of Bosu, traditional area. We have the Sibre Akwamo, Ahajapon, Akwamo Ajapon, Paramount Chief of Kwau, traditional area. We have Ama Konedu Kusi, Registrar, Eastern Regional House of Chiefs. From the Oti region, we have Nana Akoto Masachi, Paramount Chief of Lolobi traditional area. Then we have Nana Efua Intriwa, Paramount Queen Mother, Pai, Katanga traditional area. We have Divine Mause Peli, Registrar of Oti Regional House of Chiefs. From the Northeast region, we have Ahmed Ibrahim, Registrar, Northeast Regional House of Chiefs. Then from Boku Naba's delegation, we have Naba Alas Budi, Cletus Abugri, Timpani Naba. We have Naba Danjur John Tiga Pikura Dan. We have Naba Noini Alaji Apam Nuhu, Upper East Community Chief in the Central Region. We have Chief Alaji Faisal Mahama Abugri, Naba Bila Tiwuni, Greater Accra Kusasi Community Chief. We have Honorable Cletus Avoka, former member of Parliament and now a member of the Council of States. Then we have Faisal Eduri, the family members. We have Faisal Eduri Abdullahi Ayariga. We also have William Ni Aye Okai. Then Osman Abdullahi Ayariga, Chief Executive of NYA. We have Zinab Abdullahi Ayariga, Suman Abdul Wahab, brother. And then we have Ophelia Atoklo, Deputy Chief, Ghana Community Exchange and Upper East Deputy Regional Secretary. We have Dr. Musa Imoro, Director of Finance, Ghana Education Service. We have Indigo Mohammed Awin Dago, Constituency Chairman of Boku. We have Dr. Hassan Ayariga. We also have Honorable Azunab Isaac, MCE of Boku. We have Honorable James Ayamwigo, DCE, Boku West. Honorable John Abuga, DCE, Garu. Honorable Martin Areku, DCE, Binduri. Honorable Stephen Abeke Akurugu, DCE, Paga. Honorable Roland Atanga Ayu, MCE, Bolga. Then Christian Council, we have Archbishop Duncan Williams. We also have Archbishop Isaac Nunu, Council of World Bishop and clergy. We have Reverend Jehoda Amazu, Ghana Christian Council. Then we have Prophet Nigel Gezi, General Overseer, Prophetic Hills Chapel. We have Pastor Felix Kwabie, Ultimate Charismatic Center. We also have Bishop Charles Aban, Chairman, International Clergy. We have Bishop Emmanuel Laye, African Constituted Churches. We also have Bishop Patrick Addison, Council of Independent Churches. We have Right Reverend Julius Mensah, Council, African Instituted Churches. We have Prophet Clement Testimony is the General Overseer of World Light Revival Center. We have Reverend Kafi Nyamadi, Independent Community. We also have we have Okojimai Kwabena Chire, the second Umahini of Ewua Dumasi traditional area, father-in-law of the nominee. We have Nana Adontin Poku Ankobia Hini, Ewua Dumasi traditional area. We have Mr. Philip Adai, Registrar Ewua Dumasi. We have Nana Yao Anani, Ewua Dumasi royal family. We have Madam Charlotte Amankwa, from USA. We have Reverend Dr. Prince Ajay, Royal House Chapel International, lecturer at the University of Ghana, Economic Department. We have Reverend Bright Nutako, Perez Chapel International. We have Pastor Martina Ajay, Royal House Chapel International. We have Mr. Samuel Anya, Ethel Tigo. We have Mr. Charles Nana Yadong. We also have Sheikh Aremi Yao Shaibu, spokesperson, Chief Imam. Then regional ministers, we have the Volta Regional Minister, Honorable James Gunu. We have Upper East Regional Minister. We have Bono Regional Minister. We have Western Regional Minister. We also have Alaji Bonap, NDC Chairman, Upper East. Honorable members, on your behalf, honorable members, we have Honorable Dr. Benjamin Kumbo, former member of Parliament and former majority leader of the August House. I have my own father, Dr. Kobna Dufo, former Minister of Finance, here in our midst. We also have my own former chairman, Dr. Ofosu Ampofo, in our midst. We have Paramount Chief of Katiu, Per Ayikode Zangbeo Atoge, the fifth in our midst. Forgive me, the list is tall. If I have not exhausted
Chairman.
all.
Chairman.
Yes.
You have introduced the father-in-law. You haven't introduced the daughter.
Yes. So we also have the mayor of Tema in our midst, and we have the spouse, Honorable Mrs. Ayarega, formerly known as Honorable Millicent Yeboah Amankwa, Member of Parliament here in our midst, beautifully seated behind the nominee, indicative of the fact that behind every successful man stands a woman. Besides every successful man stands a woman. Honourable members, on your behalf and on behalf of the House, I welcome all of them. I have already discharged the nominee. I will then use the opportunity to invite our next nominee in the person of Honourable Zaneto Ajiman Rollins. Yeah, okay. Okay. So you can take the list. Take the list. Bring me Zaneto's list. Our distinguished guests, you may grant the interview outside the room. We have to pave the way for the second nominee. With all due respect to the media, you can only grant interview outside the room. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, please don't grant interview within the room. You can do so outside the room. Distinguished guests, kindly take leave of us so that we can have the next nominee. Distinguished guests, photograph can only be outside the room. Clerk of the committee kindly invites the next nominee to take the designated seat. Honorable nominee, kindly take your seat. Yes. Honor members, those standing, kindly take your seat. Kindly take your seat to allow the nominee to also take her seat. Honor members, now that we have a full complement, I will give the opportunity to our colleagues who have not introduced themselves to do so. Starting from the far end, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Laurentia Jiunu. I'm the Member of Parliament for the good people of Ekuapem South.
Thank you, Chair. Oscar Oforila, be Member of Parliament for the good people of Ahome.
Joseph Rempong, MP Nkoko. Thank you.
Freche Samoa, Member of Parliament for Finson North in the Ashanti region.
Alhassan Kobna Gansa, Member of Parliament for Esikuma Odobin Brakwa.
Good morning. Thank you, Chair. My name is Hamza Adam, Member of Parliament for Kumongo Constituency, ranking Committee on Environment, Science and Technology.
Good morning, Chairman. My name is Frempong Ado. I'm a Member of Parliament for the Mansui Dubia Constituency and the Chairman of the Environment, Science and Technology Committee.
And former Deputy Minister.
Thank you. My name is Patricia PJ, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Asukwa and the Deputy Minority Leader and a member of this committee. Thank you.
My name is Honorable Eric Afu, Member of Parliament, Amenfi West, Chair, Economic Development Committee. Thank you.
I'm Isaac Adongo, Member of Parliament for Boga Central, Chair of the Finance Committee, a friend to the committee.
My name is Ninchim Abila Alamzi, MP for China Paka Constituency.
My name is Helena John Tusu, MP for Karachi West Constituency, Chairperson for Gender, Children and Social Welfare Committee.
I'm glad to say to Dapla, MP for Jirapa.
My name is Dr. Mark Kate Nawani. I serve at the pressure of NAPDANS, and I'm the Chairman of the Health Committee, the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana.
Osahin Alexander Kwamena Afenyo Markin, MP for Ifutu and Minority Leader.
Clerk of the committee, kindly administer the oath. Oh, no. We have introduced ourselves already. Those who are not here.
You do use the cross or the Bible.
I,
I, Senator Ajuman Rawlings,
solemnly affirm
that
the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. So do I affirm.
Chairman, Clerk, there's a little problem. Nominee, please be seated. It's not about you. Madam Clerk, please, let's do it again and properly. First of all, you may have to inquire from the nominee based on her own faith and her intention on what she would want to take the oath. Is it by affirmation, by the cross, the Holy Quran, or the Bible? The nominee was holding a Bible and you were administering affirmation. That is not the right way. So please, privately off the record, you must first inquire from her on what she would want to take the oath. When done, then you proceed. So please, kindly take it again, because this cannot be taken as a proper oath taking.
Honorable Clerk of the Committee, once the nominee is holding the Bible, it's indicative of the fact that he wants to swear by the Bible.
So go by the right.
So swear the nominee in by the Bible.
Oh, no. Let's find out from her.
Chair, please, I earlier inquired whether she would use the cross or the Bible, and she said she would use the Bible, but she doesn't swear, so she would affirm.
Then, in that case, it's by confirmation. You need not hold the Bible. You just raise your hand.
Then
so take the oath again without holding the Bible.
Yes, so let's get clarity, respectfully. Let's not worry the nominee. Nominee, you be seated. Let's clarify this matter. So we are going by affirmation. So advise her on the regular step to take when a person is going by affirmation. Do so privately so that we do the right thing.
Yes, go ahead now and administer the oath again.
Please proceed. Okay, that's fine.
I,
Senator Ajuman Rawlings,
solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So do I affirm.
Thank you very much. May I proceed to humbly ask you to give us your brief background.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, and respectfully, a good morning to the members of the committee and the guests present. My name is Senator Ajuman Rawlings. I was born on the 1st of June, 1978 in Accra, to the parents who are both deceased, His Excellency Flight Lieutenant Jerry Jordan Rawlings and Nana Kunidu Ajuman Rawlings of blessed memory. I have 3 other siblings who are younger than I am. I went to kindergarten in Accra, which was Tiny Tots. Primary school was Northridge Lyceum for 6 years. I subsequently then attended Achimota JSS for 3 years. I was part of the pioneering group for the new system, the JSS. And then I went to Wesley Girls High School for 3 years. After that, I attended medical school at the College of Surgeons in Ireland. And subsequent to that, When I moved back home, I did my master's in conflict, peace, and security at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. I'm a mother of 3 daughters and an avid environmentalist. I'm the 3rd-term Member of Parliament for Klote-Korle constituency. And by the grace of God, my vote margin has increased exponentially each time I've gone to the elections. I'm also currently the chair on the Committee on Security and Intelligence and the 2nd Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament. Thank you.
Our distinguished guests, we say here, here. We don't clap in Parliament. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Chairman, these are preliminary matters that border on the background of the nominee. Honorable nominee, being a 2nd Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament, may I inquire from you whether or not you've resigned your position, proud to come in here for the vetting?
Honorable Chair, may I respond? Thank you very much. The procedure per the Pan-African Parliament is at the next session, I'm to go back and formally hand in my resignation. Thank you.
Particularly after being given the nod.
Correct.
We then move straight into vetting. So I will ask Honorable Yao Frimpong Ado, who is the chairperson of the Committee on Environment, Science and Technology, to start posing his questions.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable nominee, congratulations for getting the nod to lead our ministry, the Environment, Science and Technology Ministry. That has been orphaned for 1 year now. You know, the environment is all about mobilization of adequate resources. You see, the climate change, this phenomenon called climate change, is all about mobilization of resources to prosecute the agenda of the ministry. And it's all about this, the Paris Agreement. So we are talking about the NDCs. What is your opinion about these NDCs?
Yes, Honorable nominee.
I believe you're not referring to the party I belong to. The nationally determined contributions represent the commitments that countries that are party to the Paris Agreement make with regards to offsetting the carbon footprint globally. It's Ghana's contribution, or Ghana's commitment, was to remove about 64 metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. And this is supposed to be over a period of about 10 years, ending in 2030. To date, we have so far managed to offset about 43 of that, thereabouts. We still have quite a long way to go, but I think it's a work in progress. The nationally determined contributions are not, the Paris Agreement is not a binding one, and so it really relies on the voluntary contributions of the country. But normally, based on the commitments that we make, we're expected to actually deliver on them.
Yes.
So, Honorable nominee, what you just opened your knowledge about the NDCs. What are the key elements in Ghana's current NDC 3 the key elements in this NDC3.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The main issues are to reduce emissions and then to also promote and establish green technology. And then finally, to also look at how we can perhaps trade in carbon credits in order to contribute our quota towards the global emissions.
Yes.
Yeah, Chairman, thank you. Still on the NDCs. What? It's a follow-up to this same NDC thing.
No, you are not entitled to 2 follow-ups. So ask a substantive question.
Okay. All right. So, Honorable Nominee, there is this, you see, from your committee, going around the various agencies, we observed a very disturbing phenomenon. That is high attrition rate among the trained personnel of GAEC, the MPA, Nuclear Regulatory Authority, the other scientific institutions under you, especially CSIR. There's high rate of attrition. And when you meet them, they don't seem to have solutions to it. Every solution must come from your outfit. How confident are you that you are going to reverse this phenomenon that has been with us for a long time?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I think that to start with, the attrition rate that we see is not just within the agencies of the ministry. I think we're having a serious brain drain. And for me, I believe that we need to look at how we improve conditions of service of our scientists. We also need to make sure that we're resourcing the various agencies and the directorates and units they belong to so that they have the necessary equipment and the financial support to engage in research. And then also to make sure that they have predictable career trajectories. Those are 3 things that would be very important. But I believe that this is not something that I can do alone. What I would have to do is engage the scientists who remain to actually find out exactly what their issues are in order for us to arrive at a solution that is a win-win for Ghana and for the scientists.
Yes.
Thank you, Chairman. But are you aware of Act 1124? It is the tool you are going to use to manage the ministry. It's been in operation for about 18 months.
So you ask a question, are you aware? Let's take the answer first, then you can follow. Yes. Honorable Nominee.
Yes, Honorable Chairman.
So,
thank
your
you, Chairman.
supplementary question.
Yes. This act has been in operation for close to 18 months now. And there are provisions, regulations, institutions, enforcement mechanisms that's outstanding for it to actually work. What specific timetable will you adopt for full operationalization of this act?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. It would be difficult for me to actually give an exact timeline at this point in time. I believe that in order to be able to give a timeline would require a full engagement of the relevant agencies, including the stages of execution of the various, whether it's the regulations or LIs, where they are, because otherwise I can't give you an answer in a vacuum.
Honorable Nominee. I will then move to give the floor to Professor Hamza Ranking Member on Environment. You have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. Congratulations on your nomination. Chair, I really don't have a question for the nominee. I have closely worked with her in the climate change caucus, and I know her drive and interest in the climate change, environment, technological agenda, and I have no doubt that she will be able to succeed in that office as the minister. Congratulations. Thank you.
No. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will then proceed to give the floor to Yao Gomado if you are here. Very well. Then we'll move to the committee members since John Dako is also not here. So I'll give the floor to Honorable Patrick Yabuang. Honorable members, can we have order?
Honorable Adongo, you are
Honorable members, let there be order because we have a tall day. I don't want to walk anybody out of the committee. So Eric Afu, will you remain silent?
Thank you, Chairman. Let me use the opportunity to congratulate our colleague and my very good friend for a nomination, and I believe subsequent approval by the House. Congratulations, Senator Dr. Rawlings. I'm happy your late parents would have been very happy to be seated behind you this day, not to remind you, but that the good Lord knows best, and I wish you the very best. I'm sure you got some briefing from the EPA before coming here. And at the heart of the fight against illegal mining activities, the EPA plays a very central role. And if you go through the legislation setting up the EPA, especially under Section 18, and the regulation LI 250, they play a very critical role. The DCEs, fortunately we vetted the local government minister who supervises the DCEs. They receive monthly reports on areas within the district where illegal mining activities take place. The MAINCOM files reports to them, the EPA files reports to them. I want to find out from you how you are going to coordinate well with the Minister for Local Government, the Natural Resources Minister, and your good self, to eradicate or to fight this very serious canker in this country that we are all glossing over. And we all know the repercussions on the environment and our health needs as a country. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The fight against illegal mining and the subsequent damage it does to the environment and human life are an all of government and all of society imperative. And I do believe that the easiest way to address it is to have effective coordination between the ministries, departments, and agencies. And as you rightly pointed out, all of these activities are happening within the local governance space. And we have the decentralized EPA and all these agencies at that level as well. The regular reporting improves on transparency. It also helps us to track to what extent that to what extent interventions are making an impact. I believe that to start with, what I would want to do would be to sit with, should I get the approval from this committee and from the House, would be to sit with the relevant ministers of the coordinating of the relevant ministers of the various ministries that have an interest in the Galamsey fight, which would range from the lands as well as the local government, to ensure that we're all on the same page to avoid the silo effect. So that's what I would start with in order to have a proper briefing in collaboration with the EPA.
Thank you. Yes.
That's about it.
That will be all.
Congratulations.
Well, I'll proceed
That's
to
about
give,
it.
We'll give the to give the floor to Honorable Eliklima Kurugu.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations, my sister. I have no doubt you would excel in your new ministry. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Honorable Shaibu Mahama.
No, I definitely don't have a question. See, you're a very lucky woman, from Antwerp to Jalakope, two regions. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Is there a region called Antwerp and Jalakope? Honorable Hajaladi.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My sister knows very well that obviously I'm one of the happiest, if not the happiest, for her nomination. And all I wish is the best for you. My prayer is that the Almighty Allah guides and protects you in this your new role, so that you're able to do the job as expected, so that our mother and father, wherever they are, they will be very, very happy that, yes, they did their job and they left the best for us. You can always count on me. Take care of yourself. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Doyo, your turn.
Thank you, Chairman. My sister, my daughter, Zenato Rollins, I know you go and excel there. And I know you go and show them the level. So just go and surprise everyone in Ghana. Tell them show them what you can do better in that ministry. And I trust you. Our prayers, everything is with you. And we know everyone in Ghana here is looking up to you. So just go and excel.
Thank you very much. It's now the turn of Honorable Minority Whip, Honorable Anodon Pray. I know he's so much interested in matters relating to our environment. So you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. Let me nominate congratulations, our good friend. Speaker, it is gratifying to those of us in the minority, especially front bench minority, that our long-held advocacy for our friend and our lovely sister to be recognized by President Mahama has finally paid fruit, and I'm happy.
I will take this as your question number one.
Oh, Speaker, well, I'll be in your hands. Speaker, I'm fully in your hands. And I also know, let me say publicly that, she's personified advocacy on environment. I have engaged you at personal level and even at the PAP. She's one person who has distinguished herself, however fleeting the period had been, as a vice president of the PAP. She's shown brilliance, and I want to publicly commend you. You and I have had a lot of discussion. Speaker, she contributed to the chairperson of the PAP.
You know, I'm the head of delegation.
Of course, Speaker, you are.
Of PAP. So I know she made you a chairperson.
Speaker, by the orders. Well, let me start off, my friend, Doctor. If you look at the global protocols in the context of sustainability, environmental conservation, control of emission, we have transitioned from Berlin to Copenhagen to Stockholm to Paris. Clear, consistent path by the globe. It's also, the begging question is that this commitment is loud. Various countries have shown commitment, which has dovetailed into the Paris Agreement, Article 6. How do we transition from the theoretical commitment to implementation in terms of the trust of these protocols that the world have signed on to?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I believe that we have already transitioned to the practicalization of Article 6 under the Paris Agreement. We have already signed agreements with countries such as Switzerland and Sweden on a bilateral exchange of carbon dioxide equivalents. And so I believe that what it is for us that's left to do is to ensure that in the process of trading the carbon credits or the carbon dioxide, we do not end up perhaps mortgaging whatever reserve space that we have as a country for developing on our own. So I think it just comes down to the balance of to what extent do you trade in your carbon dioxide in exchange for finance, because whatever you give away in carbon dioxide, you must add to your national emissions because of the accounting system where globally, if you subtract from one jurisdiction, you have to add to the next. So we end up with a net loss when we trade that in, and we have to make sure that the financial benefit that we're getting is not out of sync with what our development agenda is. Thank you.
Just a follow-up.
Yes.
To follow up on the same question. Doc, I started off with Berlin, and I'm sure you're aware Berlin was the first COP. I think now we are at COP 32 or 31. Berlin, the thrust of Berlin was to reduce emission globally. I'm with you when you say we've transitioned, especially in terms of the global exchanges when it comes to the carbon trade. But there are still outstandings, and that's where I was trying to tease your mind and to revert your mind to. But you seem to be focusing on what we have achieved and clearly leaving out what is outstanding. But that is just by the way. My next substantive question is on climate finance and loss and damage. In times past, the globe has focused overly on climate exchange and climate change. Now the narrative globally is on loss and damage. The developed world had promised, continuously been promising some 100 billion to the developing world, which remains as a mirage. Now, Africa, or the developing part of the world, when there is a South-South cooperation, we stand to benefit some $300 billion. How will Ghana buy into this concept of climate finance? And what do you intend to be remembered of as the Minister of Environment who left a good print in terms of government and Africa's ability to buy into this concept, and not just buy into it, where we will not just be spectators, but we will practically benefit from this concept?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I believe that Ghana has already taken advantage of climate finance. We have some of these World Bank grants that have come in as part of this trade that is around carbon. What I think that we can do better is, yes, you're right, under the agreement, the developed countries were meant to provide a fund that was to support the climate vulnerable countries, of which Ghana is one. However, that has not been forthcoming. I think, like you mentioned, South-South cooperation is key. As a country, we need to look at strategic partners who perhaps share similar problems but may have different advantages, and then perhaps leverage on that. And then also, I think that looking at how we can leverage on that using the African Continental Free Trade Agreement might be useful in terms of how we leverage on climate finance and green technology.
Doc, I believe you've been briefed on the argument and the narrative on plastic waste. And I know how passionate you are when it comes to this matter. What briefing have you received so far from the ministry's officials? And do you see your way clear? Is there clarity in terms of functions that should be staged for Ghana to come atop the threat of plastic waste?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I believe that there's a policy on plastic waste that we have as a country, and that is supposed to encompass how we plan to address this. The briefing that I did receive is one of the key things that is to happen within the next 6 months is the ban on polystyrene, and at some point also single-use plastic, because I was actually very concerned about that as well. What I believe can be done in addition to this is to channel some funding towards the CSIR, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, so that they can actually look into biological alternatives, for example, hemp, for example, cassava. We have a lot of plant produce that can be used to make plastic alternatives which can break down and don't actually persevere in the environment.
Yes. Yes, Doc. Doc, the landfill waste, I concede as a developing country, we still haven't been able to enhance reclamation and recycle of our waste. Now, the danger we are facing, for instance, at various landfill sites, is the production of latchet. Latchet, the liquid that comes out of the landfill site. We have a situation in Sawam, in Sumia, for instance. This latchet leaks into water tables in surrounding areas, and it poses huge health hazard all over Ghana. Accra, many parts of Accra, we have this landfill site, many parts of eastern region. We should be moving towards recycling of this waste. And waste, as environmentalists will tell you, is a resource, depending on how we use it. What briefing have you received from the ministry, and what is your thinking going into this ministry, how these concerns should be dealt with?
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I believe that once again, with regards to the issue around plastic waste, it's an all-of-government, all-of-society approach. And the Environmental Protection Agency has a key role to play around the issue of hazardous waste, around the issue of toxic chemicals leaching into our water bodies, especially groundwater. One of the things that ought to be done, and I would want to have greater insight into that, is landfills must have a non-permeable base before items are dumped on it to prevent leaching into the soil and into the groundwater. This is something that has to be looked at as an absolute necessity. I do know that that is what's practiced at the collection point for the e-waste, but I believe it needs to be extended. We need to also create a culture of segregation of waste in order to be able to know what's going where. If we're looking at the creation of compost, then from the household level, from the schools, from the very basic units of our communities, we should start the issue of segregation of waste. Furthermore, there are other ways in which we can handle solid waste. There are countries that import solid waste in order to use for their thermal power generation. We can also look at pyrolysis of plastics, which can then be used to generate fuel and cooking gas. Then there's also obviously the recycling of some kinds of plastic into reusable materials. So there's a wide range of approaches which involves the public education, which also involves better enforcement, and then also the other innovative ways around how we handle plastic waste.
Doc, Chair, it's just unfortunate. The chairman has signaled me.
Your last question.
I have very good questions. Unfortunately, I've been limited. I would have loved for us to have a good conversation. You are clearly showing brilliance when it comes to the environment. The chairman will not allow me, unfortunately. Anyway. So,
Chairman is so magnanimous to you. You know the number of questions that you have.
Doc, This may be my penultimate. I'm sure he will allow me the very last one, which will have to be on PAP, Pan-African. That one he will not refuse. I know he is the leader of the delegation. If he refuses, I may have to report him to the president of PAP. Doug, so far you're doing well. You're showing brilliance. I commend you. The usage of mercury in small-scale gold mining is come up repeatedly as a concern. And I'm sure you do know this. How will you be able to track this problem? Mercury. And we are told traces of mercury is found in agriculture foodstuff. And you know the danger that mercury poses to our health. Tell me practically, not just about recounting theories, but I want practical solutions. What do you intend to do with your ministry?
Yes, Honorable Minister.
From your lips to God's ears, Chairman. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. With regards to mercury, we have them in a matter of protocol which actually has restrictions on the use of chemicals like mercury and cyanide. And I believe that practical steps towards how we monitor this will involve the EPA having spot checks, unannounced checks, and tests, which means that obviously they have to make sure they have the relevant equipment to test. We also need to make sure that we have at the various ports of entry the means to actually track any chemicals that are coming into the country. I also believe that as far as this is concerned, we shouldn't just be testing the soil and water at the sites where illegal mining is concerned. We need to make sure that we are also randomly checking perhaps underground water, because that's where borehole water is coming from, so that communities are not drinking poisoned water without realizing it. We need to check soils and farms that may not necessarily be in the catchment area, but may be affected as a result of perhaps water that's moved downstream. So spot checks, not just at the sites where the illegal mining is concerned, but across the country to actually assess the extent of spread of the mercury in our groundwater. And of course, having found that at any site, to take action in terms of accountability without looking at who they are. Once it's found to be a substance illegal in a setting that is illegal, the law must take effect. Thank you.
Let me just thank you. The way the chairman is looking at me, I know I have to draw the curtains, but just to thank the nominee and also to say that, to be fair to you, there's a lot happening on EPA, but I'm unable to ask you this question because you are yet to go to the ministry. I want to encourage you to remain the principal person that we've always known you to be, and the person I've known you to be. Let black be named as black and white be white. And I'm sure that when you do that, some of us will be more willing to divulge information, to approach you, and for you to be remembered. Finally, to assure you that we'll be available pro bono. If there is anything on the environment that we should help you, we will want to help you to succeed. So when the history is being written, it will be said that once upon a time, a certain Dr. Designate Rawlings occupied, and she left a living legacy. That will be something that I would love to celebrate, because the minority advocated for you to be appointed by the president. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Honorable James Agalga, you have the floor.
Chair, thank you very much. Honorable Senator Ajiman Rawlings is very disciplined. In fact, when she first arrived in Parliament, I worked very closely with her. She was a friend to the Defense and Interior Committee and actually assisted us very well. Subsequently, I mean, she was made a full-blown member and elevated to the position of deputy ranking of that same committee. I was ranking. And so we worked very closely. And therefore, I am in the best position to bear testimony to the competence of Honorable Rawlings than any other person in this house. Yes. 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 No. Aside that, when the Committee for Security and Intelligence was created under the new standing orders, Mr. Chairman, she again acquitted herself.
Leader, the floor is given to you to ask questions. So it's either you have a question for the nominee or you don't have a question for the nominee.
So, Mr. Speaker, I would urge all of us, with your permission, that our marching orders for Honorable Rawlings is to proceed to the ministry and excel once again. Thank you very much, Honorable Rawlings. Congratulations.
Yes. Well, he's urging the members to vote in her favor. So, Ranking, you have the floor. Ranking, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Honorable Dr. Senator Ajiman Rawlings, congratulations. I am very proud of you as a woman, but I am highly disappointed in a way for your leaving your position at the top. I had a lot of expectations, but I have not hidden my disappointment from anybody at all. But what I would like to know is if you don't mind, to let me know what actually informed you to accept this position instead of the PAP position. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. My first duty is service to my country. I was sent to PAP as part of the delegation from Ghana. And as prestigious and as challenging as the position of Second Vice President of PAP is, I was called to serve my country. And given the very central role that issues around the environment currently play, not just in Ghana, not just across the continent, but globally, I felt duty-bound to actually come. And furthermore, I believe that the vision that His Excellency the President has with regards to the environment is something that truly aligns with my beliefs, and I felt that it was an obligation to serve. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I know how disciplined and how committed you are to your country. And one of the things that I want us to look at is about artificial intelligence and humanity issues. We have our challenges, we have our chances, and we have our controls. What is your view about this issue? And how would you want to situate it under any development of a technology of a kind? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Artificial intelligence is a double-edged sword, and as useful as it is, and as useful as it can be, we have to ensure as a country that we put in the necessary safeguards with regards to the technology, with regards to the human capacity, with regards to the legislative framework to ensure that as we roll it out, because we're already using AI in some form. However, the most crucial aspect is to ensure that we have the proper oversight, human oversight of artificial intelligence as we use it, whether it's to perhaps set, maybe AI bots to observe changes in the soil, or whether it's to observe movement around illegal mining sites, whether it's to monitor the afforestation projects, or whether it's simply to just help to track some of the things that the various agencies are doing in order to provide transparent, a transparent dashboard for the public to see what is being done. So I believe that as positive as it is, as it can be, we have to be very careful that it doesn't run away from us in terms of the safeguards and oversight. Thank you.
Follow up, please, Mr.
Yes.
I just want to ask you this simple question. Do you think legislation can solve some of the challenges that we have been faced by the introduction of artificial intelligence? Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Nominee.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. As I mentioned earlier, building the human capacity as well as the necessary software and hardware around that would be key. Legislation on its own is only as good as the execution, the implementation, the enforcement as we have around that. And the human capacity is key. I believe that that is really essential if we're to get a handle on how AI is used within our jurisdiction. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think one other issue that I'm very passionate about, I don't know how well you've been briefed at the ministry, but it is known that as a country, we spend so much money importing spare parts into the country. So much foreign currency, which puts us in a very bad trade debt in trading. I don't know if you have been well briefed. There has been an attempt during the era of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to come up with a CNC machinery to ensure that we can have our own spare parts. Spare parts can be produced in our country to solve all these foreign exchange challenges. Have you been briefed, and what is your position in trying to ensure that, I know the machines are available, I know the building has been constructed to a level that can be, what is your view about the continuation of this project? Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Nominee.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. I believe Honourable is very passionate about this specific issue, which I do agree with, is it would actually make a difference in terms of our industrialization drive, and of course would be able to, with the right tooling, contribute towards the 24-hour agenda. Honourable Chair, I believe that with regards to this, what's left really is for me to have a full detailed briefing of what exactly is outstanding in terms of monetary commitments. And then subsequently, once I understand exactly what the issues are, to be able to have a conversation with the Honourable Finance Minister around the release of funds for the support of this completion of the project, which would actually contribute towards jobs and also create a local industry, which could probably help not just Ghana, but the sub-region as far as the provision of some of these types of equipment are concerned. So it really, to get a full assessment, to be able to speak to that in full, I could come back to the House with a report once I've done that. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. Honourable Nominee, I must say that you are somebody that I expect to lift the female flag of Ghana very high. And it is my prayer that you really excel in this position which you have taken, because it is a very, very challenging ministry. And to have an impact in that ministry, we need a disciplined person like you to manage the ministry. And having been in Parliament, you will also ensure the enforcement of policies that will be required to undertake the various aspects of your ministry. One thing that I want us to look at is the policy on the ban of plastics. I know you've given us some answers on it, but we have a timeline of 6 months. You know, the indications you gave about what could be done to ensure the implementation of this policy, some of them require a long-term approach or long-term solution to these issues. My simple question is that, how do you look at the policy, whether the implementation has been done rightly? If not, what would you propose should be undertaken to ensure full and successful implementation of this policy?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I believe that the EPA just I think a couple of days ago was actually in Kumasi raising awareness to the general public on the impending ban on styrofoam. Honorable Speaker, I believe that the dangers around the use of polystyrene cannot be glossed over, and it has to be done. I think not to belittle the issue, but I remember as children, when you wanted to go for Auntie Na's rice, you took your own pots to go and buy the rice. And I'm not sure at which point putting plastic within plastic within plastic became the norm. And I think it comes down to a change in behavior. Obviously, behavior change is something that can take time, but it can be incentivized, or it can be, you can put penalties in place. It comes down to how we enforce and the seriousness with which we seek to address this. I stand by the fact that the timeline has to be maintained. It's long overdue. So in whatever way that I can support the relevant agencies, in whatever way we can raise public awareness to the fact that citizens do have a responsibility under the Constitution to also contribute towards the protection of the environment. It's not just about what the government does. And then obviously making sure that the necessary support comes from the Parliament. And I'm hoping that the committee that has oversight of the ministry will hold our feet to the fire as far as what we have to do is concerned. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. This will be my final intervention, and that is on research and data. I think as a ministry, you are responsible to ensure that in our current technological advancement, we realize that we haven't paid much attention to how we are going to deploy our technological findings. As a country, we train, and at a point in time, we don't know how we apply our training to the development of something, say, industries. May I know whether you agree with the fact that there needs to be a center where we can deploy research findings and ensure the promotion of other innovations and the research findings that we make out there whilst we are educating ourselves or whilst in the high institutions. So may I know what your view is on this particular issue?
Yes, Honorable Nominee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. There is a nexus between the research, industry, and government, the role that we play in order to make sure that whatever research findings are actually commercialized. The CSIR already has in place the necessary framework that looks at the commercialization of innovations, as well as how to engage in private partnerships. What I would be looking to do is to understand what we currently have as far as innovations are concerned and how we can speed up the process of engaging private partners and looking at the commercialization of some of these innovations. Intellectual property, to reassure scientists of the fact that when they actually put in their very best, they're recognized, and their work is also protected. Thank you.
Honourable members, it's now the turn of Honourable Riketi.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Dr. Zeneto Ajiman-Rawlings, congratulations. I really don't know where to start, but I believe you know what I mean. We thank the President for giving you this opportunity and a much bigger platform. You're already on a big platform, but you are now, if approved, will be on a much bigger platform to continue to demonstrate your intellect, your competence, and what we know, as I say, can-do attitude and getting things done. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, in the absence of the minority leader, I will proceed to discharge the nominee. You are accordingly discharged. You hear from the committee.
Thank you, Honourable Chair.
I will then proceed to acknowledge your guests. We have Honourable Huese. Two, we have Honourable Jim Tamaklo, who is also my uncle as well as your uncle. We have Lovelace. We have Benjamin Nikwe Kote. We have Auntie Frimpoma. We have Kimati Ajiman-Rawlings. We have Madam Judy Nkansa. We have Nana Poku Ajiman. We have Mr. Ato Gezi. We have Auntie Amaki. We have Mr. Kenneth Wugan. We have Shelley Chikata. We have Shiba Atiesa. We have Alex Kojo Atiesa. We have Colonel Agbotui. We have Squadron Leader Sinsin Dagbe, retired. We have Naval Lieutenant KK Anyawe, retired. We have Dr. Mavis Ureku Ahinkra. We have James Gunu, Voter Regional Minister. We have Mr. Robbie Robertson. We have Cromwell Goka. We have Nana Kobi Prempre. We have Maoli Alomanu. We have Salim El Mawas. We have Charles Bain. We also have Alhaji Masaud, John Blagoji, Lydia Agbotui, Gosson Agbotui, Juliet Kramer, General Kusi, Dr. Kumbo, Hajia Hamdatu Ibrahim Hussein. We also have Eugene Eshen Elliott. We have Dr. Ben Anyagri. We have Regina Apolu. We have Kwame Boachi Ajiman. We have Mark Dabre Mafo. We have Dr. Mayrid Zieka. We also have Mr. Krujison. We have Walter Ewua. We also have Nana Nana Jensi Amwako. We have Sisi Kwenu. We also have Alberta Achia Akosa. We have Bavlo Latte. We have Akresi Sapong. We have Yao Ampofo Ankra. We have Alasan Soini. We have Queen Mothers from Ashanti and Volta region. Honourable members, on your behalf and on behalf, we have Mayor of Tema, and then the spouse of the majority, Chief Whip. We have Dr. Kobena Dufour. We also have former chairman, Dr. Ampofo. On behalf of the committee and on behalf of the House, I welcome all of you to Parliament of Ghana. Honorable nominee, you will surely hear from the committee. You are accordingly discharged. Thank you for attending upon the committee.
Yes, it's ready. What time are you ready to start?
We are starting now.
Now. Oh, yeah. The first one is.
Yes, it's Asante.
I don't know how long that will be.
It depends.
Talk to us about how tough it gets as an actor.
Or sometimes it gets really tough, even when you see certain things on the streets and there is one city, the moment they see you, they tell you 10 city.
Tell us about some of your favorite roles that you have played.
Foreplay. It was actually a role that a lot of